These guys are going to be unaccompanied, undefended.
Our general is in grave danger, my lord!
Whoa! What's going on, YouTube? How you doing? It's been a little while since I had my first attempt at creating a YouTube campaign for Shogun Total War. Shogun 2 Total War. And I've lost the Shimazu save file, unfortunately, but here I am back again, and I've been inspired by the series that's been released, Shogun, which is based on a novel by James Clavell from 1970-something. Not entirely historically accurate, but there are a lot of characters that are based on real people in this period of time, or just after it. So we are actually going to play as who the main character, or the main leader, Toranaga, is supposed to be based on in the campaign, or rather, specifically we're playing as his dad. You might recognize that symbol from the show there, Tokugawa clan. That's the same symbol that's used for Toranaga in the show. So we're playing as Tokugawa, the Tokugawa dynasty. We are playing actually as Ieyasu, or Toranaga, in the show's dad. I'm going to be playing as a short campaign, legendary difficulty, which means no battle map, AI difficulty set high. And it is hard. I agree with this initial challenge set to hard, because rather than having a single front and going from, say, the Date all the way down the island, or the Shimazu all the way up, you kind of have to put yourself at risk of fighting multiple front wars, which history has taught us is not a good idea. But and these bonuses are fine. Superior Kisho Ninja is just like a meme. I have only ever used them just to troll, really. See if I could take a castle with sneaking up on a Tenshu with them. But you know, these two kind of help a little bit. It's nice to have better diplomatic relations early on to get a bit of an advantage early, and plus 2% to success chance of Metsuke actions will help you all the way through the game, even though it is a very tiny bonus. So yeah, nothing amazing, not quite as nice as getting, say, Katana Samurai boosted, or Nodachi, or Cavalry, or something. But it's fine. So let's get started. Gonna skip all the cutscenes and stuff, because I'm sure everyone that's looking at this game on YouTube now has probably seen a bunch of these cutscenes over the years. The game has been out for a super long time, even though it's got still a solid player base, which is awesome. I think is a testament to the fact that it is one of the best Total War games out there. So, there's Papa Hirotada, and there's little baby Ieyasu, soon to be Shogun. So rather than waiting till our son is around to become Shogun, we're going to see if we can do it with the dad. He's 19, full of beans, ready to go. Going to adopt this general because there's no harm in having additional sons, and then we can marry them and get better diplomatic relations with people. Alrighty. He's a suspicious brave man, so bonus to morale and more repression and lowered chance of assassination, which is good. And then we've got our Hidanaga guy hidden off in the woods. So there's a few ways you can play this. You can try and bribe this first army with the Metsuke if you trade for a bit of extra gold from somebody, because to bribe them is like 2,200. So we just need a bit more money, 2,250 I think. And you can always save scum, try a couple attempts at this. 69%, oh, 2,300. Or you can beat them up a little bit and then try and recruit them that way. Or you can just kill them all. I like to fight multiple small battles, so I'm going to try and intentionally leave some survivors. If there's a really complete unit of, say, Yari cavalry, I might actually bribe them, because that would be a nice pickup early. It really helps in battle. But let's fight this first battle. Oops, I always forget to uncheck that. Can't imagine there's anyone in the world waiting to drop in on a battle in my campaign. So yeah, we're gonna have the generals separate, because if your general is in a separate army supporting the main army, they actually get a bit more experience from participating in the battle as a secondary general than if they were within the same stack. So it's a good way to get your guys leveled up slightly faster. So we're actually going to war with the Oda. Historically speaking, and my Japanese history, like I said, it's not like perfect. I've just done a little bit of reading, but I like reading about that sort of stuff. So Oda Nobunaga was actually the first unifier of Japan in this period of time, after the Ashikaga shogunate fell already. So I don't know if the game is entirely historically accurate, because by the point that Tokugawa Ieyasu becomes shogun, there'd already been two sort of great leaders after the Ashikaga clan had lost power already. Alrighty. So in this version of history, we're going to be wiping out the Oda pretty quickly. I'm just marching over them. I'm going to have my Yari Ashigaru up the front. Oh, actually, no, sorry, my Yari Samurai. Yari Samurai have some utility, but they're generally not super cost effective. Their upkeep is like twice that of Yari Ashigaru, and arguably I'd rather have two Yari Ashigaru like 95% of situations. But they are fast, so that's one thing. With this ability they have rapid advance and they can actually speed up and catch cavalry occasionally, which is a useful ability, but for the most part they are just expensive and not as good. Alrighty, let's chuck... Actually, I probably didn't need this group, but whatever. We'll ungroup those guys. We'll have my general over here. We'll have my peasants here. And we'll have the samurai in the middle. And the archers just behind them. The reason I'm setting them to a thin line, you can see here, if you hold space you can see where your units are heading. The reason I'm doing this, oh sorry, is that it allows it's a narrower target, so when archers shoot at you, if you have a narrow line, you'll notice that they generally take less casualties. And the reason I need them in a line like this is because I am going to be baiting their archers. Going to bring out the samurai in front of the army. Their archers are going to be like, "Oh, delicious samurai! We want to shoot at those." High priority target. And then as the archers set up to shoot at these guys, I'll move them back and draw them in and draw them in and draw them in. Eventually my archers will be in range while their archers are still walking to try and get my samurai. And I will use that opportunity to get off a couple volleys into their archers with my already set up and waiting archers. And that can be the difference between winning and losing a skirmish, I find. Okay. Let's get the samurai up. I kind of want to draw them out to this side because I don't want them in the trees. That'll make it harder to get my strike on them. Where are they? Come out, friends. And if they get drawn out far enough, I'll just charge my cavalry to them and kill them. There's the other thing. Alright, I'm just gonna shift up my guys a bit. There they are. Gonna run my samurai a little bit back. See, there it is. They're coming in towards them. Oh, okay, okay. We're getting charged. Not ideal. I'd rather just take my time messing up their archers. Now the problem here will be that now their archers, my samurai will be hidden, their archers might lose the target and start shooting at my archers, which is not ideal. But whatever. We'll draw these guys in. We will charge my samurai over here. Seriously? Already?
Our hidden units have been discovered, my
This
lord.
is weird. Alright, well those guys just ran straight into a spear wall. Cannot imagine that'll go well for them. These guys are going to be unaccompanied, undefended.
Our general is in grave danger, my lord.
Whoa! Why do they change direction like this? Oh, I need to switch them to guard mode so they don't try and chase anything and get in a weird position. They've shattered. Cool. Let's see. Ah, these are Yari Samurai, so they won't break as easily. And in fact, I might pull my Yari Samurai back and bring these guys up, because they will do better in a fight against the Samurai. Which doesn't make a lot of sense, you'd think, but in spear wall formation... in spear wall formation, these guys do better than Yari Samurai, which is really unfortunate. We're getting these guys run off the field so that I have another army to fight if I want it for extra
My
XP.
lord! A glorious victory will soon be yours!
There it is. I lost more Yari Samurai than I should have allowed for. Could have been more careful about that and had lower casualties, but there is a possibility that I will get rid of them, so I have a bit more money coming in next turn from upkeep. But there is something that they're useful for still, which is catching cavalry out if I go on to attack Oda's castle. Let's see if we're in range of the castle. I don't think we are. I've somehow done it once where my army was in range of the castle, so that I could take it on the first turn, actually. I haven't been able to figure out how to do that ever since, which is a bit of a bummer. Oh, I should have recruited them. And I will, actually. So we won't attack that, we will go straight to the castle. Not sure if good idea. And I'll try and bribe 93%, 880. That's a decent deal. For some cav. Oh, no deal? Bribe successful, nice, deal. Alright, we're actually gonna raise break the siege and have Tokugawa Ieyasu and my other general stand here. These guys can hang out here. Alrighty, let's recruit some troops and build some buildings. So there is this unfortunate little exploit in this game, I feel like it's an exploit, where you can sell diplomatic access to people that are bordering you. So like the Saito, potentially I could sell them diplomatic access and they'd pay stupid amounts of money for that, right?
So my friend, of what do you wish to
In the
talk?
meantime, I'll just see if they want to trade with me and offer me any money. Oh, arranged marriage actually. Let's get a wife for my new son. Alright, and trade agreement, there we go. Sounds good. Usually what happens with the Saito and Kiso is I trade with them for a couple turns and then they get wiped out by the Takeda.
So my friend, of what do you wish to
Will you
talk?
give me any money, please? No, whatever. Trade is good. And we're already trading with our overlords, so we start off as the vassals of the Imagawa clan, which is the only vassalage agreement, and we're on the wrong end of it. So we have limited diplomatic possibilities, we do basically what our boss tells us to do, until we have to turn around and betray them, or they betray us, potentially, which would be great, because then I don't lose, you know, I don't have diplomatic penalties from turning against a contract that was signed before I started playing as the Tokugawa. But whatever. There's Oda Nobuhide, who I believe, is that the son of Nobunaga, or is it Nobunaga is the son of this guy? I think Nobunaga is the son of Nobuhide. I think that's pretty much all I can do. Don't have enough money after building my Ashigaru to get a farm going, but it's more important that I have an army, I think, early on. And then I'll work on acquiring gold for everything else later. This is a nice pickup to have, because Yari cavalry are great anti-cavalry, so I can use them to kill generals in a couple of battles, hopefully. I think that's really it. I don't think I'm going to be able to get any money from anybody. I'll try the little scammy method.
Come, let us take tea and talk.
See, they'll pay.
Then after we have agreed,
Let's see,
what other pleasures will we enjoy?
Not quite. They might not have that much money at the start of the game. 150. Still no. 100. Still no. Huh. 500? Maybe it's because we haven't taken this province yet. I think they'll be more willing to pay money if we're actually properly neighboring them and not just like technically just basically neighboring them through the forest. I don't know how the calculation works, but that might be it. So I'm going to intern there. And what's probably going to happen is the Oda will attack me. Yeah. And I'm pretty sure I can take this fight. Mostly because there's a really good choke point that is on the battle map, I think, usually, when we fight this battle here. Let's see. Yeah, there it is. So I'm just going to set up camp here. And use this little choke point to take down this slightly bigger than mine army. And then their capital will be clear and I'll be able to get into it and take it for myself. Alrighty, so we may as well set up on here straight away. We'll go like that. Nice thick stack so that when we go into spear wall we have a good layer of troops. And then I'll spear wall with these guys, and they'll be this direction. Maybe bring these guys a bit further back. Don't want them getting flanked. We'll have my Yari samurai in there. We'll have our archers looking out over here. And we'll have our adopted son, Hidanaga, over here, and then Toranaga will join. Sorry, Toranaga. Our Tokugawa daimyo will join him on the hill here. Maybe there's some sense in splitting the army so we can take them out one by one, especially if we can get the archers by themselves. There's the bow Ashigaru. I'm gonna run these over because I don't want him to get picked off by the two generals. If I'm not paying enough attention, that would suck. But it is good that they're dedicating some of their troops to heading after me here up on the hill. It'll waste a bit of energy. If I really wanted to improve my chances as well, I could just get them to chase my daimyo around the map until they get tired. I might bring the general out because there is potentially going to be an opportunity to kill the bows. Guard mode as well. I don't want my guys running after anybody. They want to maintain their defensive position on the hill. Just going to turn them around a bit more so they're less likely to get flanked along here. Alright, these guys are nice and separated from the rest of the army. General over here, spears over there. Yari Samurai is dangerous, because they could activate that running fast ability and catch out my general, which would suck. But anyway, spread those guys out so they hopefully take a little less damage from any volleys. Okay, so their general is chasing after me. That kind of incentivizes me to get back here where it's safe, and also where the general might be baited into running straight into my spear wall.
Our hidden units have been discovered,
So if
my
the
lord.
general's already dead, then morale's going to be crap, and we won't have to worry about it so much. Taking down the rest of the army, that is. Yep, keep running. Look at
Our
these
general is
spears
in
waiting for you.
grave danger, my lord.
Guess while we're waiting... Oh, it turned around. That's a shame. Archers are firing... I want to target their archers, because they're more annoying. Are they still shooting at my general? Yeah, they are. I'm prioritizing the general. In the trees I should have some defense from the arrows. But still gonna kill a couple of bodyguards, probably. Just not... Oh, yeah, there's two of them. In fact, do they take more damage from behind if they get arrows? I'm not sure. These bubbles on the back of the generals, they're actually... I looked them up, I was like wondering what they're about. The purpose of them is apparently that they worked as arrow catchers, basically. So if you think about an arrow landing into those little bubbles, it'll be stopped before it hits the guy. Which sounds like kind of a cool idea. I imagine it worked relatively well in practice. But that should mean that these guys are relatively safe facing the other way from arrows than if they are facing forwards. Don't know if it actually works like that in the game though. We've lost 10, they've lost 30. Good exchange rate. Especially since I won't have that much battle, that much to battle after this, so it doesn't matter too much if I take some casualties. Although I'm taking more casualties than I'd like with my general, and a stray arrow might kill one of them, which would suck. Let's see if we can get the general here. Oh, alright, never mind. Too slow. I don't want to take any more arrow fire, so let's see if we can sneak my general out and go kill their bows. Generals. I think these guys can hold relatively well. And the other thing is they're focusing pretty much entirely on this first unit in line, so they might die a little quickly and I might need reinforcements, but for now we're okay. Ooh, I don't want to get myself flanked though, by overextending. Only 23 in that general's bodyguard, 38 in the other, so we would lose against him in a one-on-one fight. Which... Oh, those are the Yari Samurai. Why are they hanging out back here? Are they bugged? Might be. I was hoping to catch the bows by themselves, but alas, no luck. And no, they are not bugged, they were just holding them in reserve, apparently. Let's see if we can get this bow Ashikaga unit a bit messed up. Thank you, and I think we need to pull our generals out, or we are going to have some problems. We're winning the infantry battle, but it's taking longer than I would hope, and losing my infantry a little faster than I'd like. Oh, and we lost a couple of general bodyguard there from allowing a rear charge. Great, we've got some breakage happening. Yeah, definitely taking more casualties than I have in the past with this battle, but that's okay. Don't want a downhill charge from their general. There we go. Hold my general out. Guy's still getting chased, that's okay. Cool, caught their generals. Ooh, this was a little more technical than it has been in some places in the past, and we took way more casualties. I think it's just basically because their generals in some of my previous attempts at this battle just ran straight into my spears, got themselves killed early, and everyone else ran. Whereas this time around they did not do that as much. But I think it's time to charge down from the hill and scare the last of them off the battlefield. Samurai over here still chasing. Let him, that's fine. Did their generals both rout without dying? It seems like they did. Which is inconvenient because now I'll have to kill them next turn. It'd be much easier to just fight the infantry unsupported, a cavalry and a general, keeping their morale high, but that's okay. We'll win either way. A lot of casualties though, a lot more bloody than I've made this battle in the past. I've had like almost no casualties in the past. But that's okay, we should stop with the archers firing because they're probably just going to kill our own men now. Their Yari samurai is still chasing us. So what I'll do is get a nice clear patch of ground for my archers to get a couple volleys into them and let my other troops rest. Generals can go off to the side, so if they do come in to fight the infantry, we'll flank them. I expect they'll break before we actually have a proper fight. May as well kill off the rest of the archers with these generals. And I'll put the infantry... Oh, look at that, yeah, they ran. End battle. That was a little rough in terms of casualty count, but we still won against a superior force, technically. And now their capital is undefended. I'm hoping their retreating army doesn't go back towards the castle, but since they attacked me from down here instead of towards the castle, I'm hoping they'll retreat that direction. Yeah, they did. And actually landed in my territory. Level up for my adopted son and military commissioner.
Ashikaga provide.
Yeah.